And we are back.
Yeah. You hear my niece running away. I was.
Y-
They came by to get something, and I was like, perfect timing. We're right between streams.
yes.
I don't know where my sound goes into my phone.
Very
Trying
excitable.
to see if you can hear the ratchet or not.
Oh, I can hear the ratchet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that surprised me with this. Was the ratchet on this Megatron?
Which Megatron
Oh,
is that?
that Loki's wheels one. He's
Oh,
like the
interesting.
biggest one. He's the most complex one out of that first set. I think it's. Let me think. I'm trying to count how many molds are.
I'll give some of these a go if I see any.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 molds because you have Swindle, Hound, Drag Strip, and Mirage, and then Swerve and Gears.
Cool. And
Yeah, I was surprised. They're more complex than I thought they would be. It would be like, I guess it would be comparable to like how the Galaxy, so the standard size Blokies, had like the complexity, especially when you're layering the torso, especially like ones with like extra parts or like a backpack or wings, where there's the extra layers. Like the undercarriages are like tend to be where a lot of the differentiation in the base, and then you normally have the undercarriage will be in a lot of different pieces. Then the interior, then the actual body, outer body, and then if there's anything like a cavity, that opens up, then that will be its own little piece. So, and I was surprised there's a few different wheel types. So I mean, you have wheels where the like swerve. Okay, my brain's gears and scamper. They have like their hubcaps stay in place, whereas most of the other ones, their hubcaps move with the wheel.
oh,
And then one I saw was interesting because he's like kind of a regular car size, but he has his pipes plug into the back wheels, and then you can kind of see from the top where you have the covers for the front pipes,
oh,
As
interesting.
and
is
that plugs
usually the
into the
case, I
front
want the hot rod.
wheels. And it like the Megatron does a similar thing with, because you can see where there's like wheels on the bottom, but it's like 1, 2, 3 layers just for this, then the bottom, like just for the east thread park, it's like
The
3
bottom of them is
layers.
really interesting. Can you put them back up on screen? The bottom of that tank's really interesting because it looks like they have the parts that would be used to change him into robot mode there, like the chest and everything, even though he can't actually transform.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, so it has tree. I was trying to remember after I put them together. So a lot of times you have, I'll hold it. You'll have like a bit that you connect 2 wheels to. Megatron, he has 3 of them that connect to each other back and back. So 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
And like then you'll have, so that's sort of like a common piece you see with each of them. That, let's just say it's where you'll have your 2 axles, and then you'll have like trying to find one where it's literally like the rear end is okay. Yeah, scamper. So like this is one of the pieces, and that's literally like the plug-in. The male port is also the tailpipes of these common parts that get used a lot. I think trying to tell if he has tree. Yeah, he has tree as well, like the Megatron did. So yeah,
I
both
just
him
find
and Megatron.
this line really conceptually interesting because so many things that are outside of the main Transformers line and don't transform, they just sort of forget that these guys have vehicle modes. So doing a whole line that's dedicated to just the vehicle modes is I think a real novelty. And as is usual, I want the hot rod.
Yes. So
Yeah, and there's 2 main wheel types, or no, 3 wheel types, because Dragstrip has the itsy bitsy wheels in the front
Yeah.
that don't have room to plug in hubcaps, but you have like these thicker tires on Swindle and Hound that have like some of the Fred on them. And then on the back wheels of Prowl, he has those too, but he has regular wheels that are thinner on the front.
It's
Yeah. Found it
Which
a
too
lot more. It
tough.
was a lot more complex, more interesting than I thought they would be.
That's good to hear. If my local comic shop gets any in, I'll get them because that's where I get all my Loki's from. Just whatever they happen to stock.
So Joe
Yeah,
Prime in the
supposedly they're going to be getting a restock of the 6 Defender wave because they had some come in maybe like the start of this month or something, or the end of last month, and these sold out quick. So, and I had
If
asked them
any
on the phone,
if
and they
anybody out
said
there
they'll be
has any
having
copies
about
of
this next weekend. They'll have some. So
so
hopefully I'll get the
Joe Prime
Bruticus
in the
completed.
Joe Prime in the comments says, "Hey guys, Impactor also in the comments says I have returned." And Joe Prime says, "I have the CTO1 Prime. He was a ton of fun to put together."
Oh, I'm glad to hear. If any,
You know
I don't
which
have
version
any
you got?
Bloki's hot rods or Rodimuses, so if anybody has any, hook a brother up.
Yeah, I got the titanium one, and I got
Oh,
his
lovely.
traditional pipes on.
Yeah.
There goes a spoiler. So I got the shiny metallic for the cab park, and then the shiny metallic plastics for the rest of them, or paint it. I think from what I could tell, it's metallic plastics, the good kind, just that they're. And then there's some that are maybe painted. Like there's some difference in paint, so like you'll have like a glossy, almost like a cartoony glossy, kind of like your standard non-metallic car paint with like Swindle Hound, the black of Prowl and Scamper.
Yeah. I said before, I
And
love
then
how
like
many of these are there
Mirage and
IDW Comics vehicle modes too.
yep, yeah, Mirage and Dragstrip. They're metallics, even though they're just regular common releases. They're not chase figures. Then you have some like matte plastic within gears. Um, then obviously, because this on the drag strip and the Mirage, that's like the whatever the more denser metallic or whatever it is material. Whereas on these two, it's like more. I guess it would be like the metallic plastic on the titanium Optimus parks that are blue and the Observer, because it has sort of that not glassy, but that kind of dull, like in between glossy and matte on whatever runabout, whatever the black one is, runabout.
Runabout.
If I remember Fears and Courage, a little tip for remembering the name.
Yeah.
B for black.
Yeah,
So
that's how it's always
there's
worked for me.
more. Yeah, there's a lot of like finished variety in them, even on like the main release ones and materials and paint types. I might, if I might buy just off of eBay like the special version of that, and then kind of Frankenstein, because I like having the yellow spoiler, but like on the titanium it's gold, but maybe mix and match some of the bits to create the. And I want to say the titanium has more like the red, like the toy red, whereas this is more like a pink. It caught me off guard when I opened it up because it's almost like salmon, almost not so much salmon pink, but like that salmon orange, like if you see sushi, like that, almost kind of like that color, or in between that color and like your pink tuna or whatever sushi tuna color, because it comes out a lot redder on stream, whereas in real life it's a lot more pinker, orangey.
Now we're gonna jump over to the main topic. Transformers Skybound issue number 30.
Yeah, it's funny because
And
I grabbed my physical copy so I could just hold things up instead.
okay. So
Yeah, I got cover A. I think that's cover B you have there. I
okay.
always tell my shop, like, I'm reading these. I'm not like a cover collector. Just give me whichever cover you want whenever I grab these.
Now what was the what you had mentioned to me in the message? So what is, I guess, your opinion on this issue, or the direction that you were saying?
Well, First of all, like I just like a week or two ago, I was complaining that after Robert Kirkman took the title over from Daniel Warren Johnson, everything slowed down and stuff kind of stopped happening. It became very walk around talky, which is not bad on its own. There were some great conversations
Maybe
in there,
Walking
but
Dead.
like that's all you're doing.
Hmm.
It took until uh, uh, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Took until the fifth issue of his run before a big fight broke out finally.
Wow.
Yeah, but so the big thing that happened um, is with Elita One, who's on the cover of both of these, right? So the on and this started all the way back in Daniel Warren Johnson's run on this. As with Sunbow, Elita's the one who was left behind on Cybertron while everybody else went to Earth, right?
Hmm.
Everything in Skybound is just loosely following how the cartoon did it, basically. Um, but the thing is, Cybertron is things are bad there. Like it's like Marvel Comics under Straxus levels of bad.
Okay.
People are dying all over the place. There's no energy. Shockwave runs it, and it's not clumsy Sunbow Shockwave. It's terrifying Shockwave. Um, and so Alita is a very bitter, resentful person who's been fighting. Because she never took the long nap that Optimus did, right? Uh,
Right.
the 4 million year skip. She's very bitter about having fought the entire war and lost it and just knowing nothing but like death and stuff. So, when they finally find Optimus is on Earth, she's like, well, first of all, I still hate that you took the best warriors and left on the Ark because that really screwed us up.
Mm.
Second of all, you got to come back and take over here. Uh,
Right.
so this is that common situation that's happened in a lot of different Transformers things where they're like, why are you doing stuff here on Earth? You got to come back to Cybertron. And, so things finally, like during Daniel Warren Johnson's run, they did Ultimate Doom sort of with the space bridge between the two planets. And Alita tried to sabotage things so Optimus couldn't take the space bridge back home, and he had to blow up a chunk of the planet to get himself back down to Earth. So things have
Yeah,
gotten
wasn't that
explosive
around
between them in the
issue
past.
like 9, 10, maybe 12 at most?
Yeah,
Around that change from the single digits to the low tens.
yeah. So Dr. Pepper, marshmallow Dr. Pepper. That's weird.
That is weird.
And they're delicious. They came out with them last year.
Oh, interesting.
I found them and bought some.
Yeah. So now that I summed up all that backstory, here's where
Mhm.
we're at in issue 30. Elita 1 has come back through the space bridge to Earth with Cliffjumper and a few other people, and directly says, I'm challenging your leadership. I don't think you're fit to lead this and lead anymore because you're not coming back home. And Optimus is like, no, also, we don't do leadership challenges. What are you talking about?
Mhm.
And so they have a fight, like a big old fight. um, and it's like Optimus, of course, doesn't really want to fight her at first, so he gets smacked around a bunch, and then finally he's like, "All right, fine." And then
Wow.
yeah, but then event things come to an end because Alita tries to take the Matrix from him, right?
Okay.
That's her goal, and he's just like, "Enough. We're gonna. You think I'm no longer fit to rule? You think you do a better job? You want to go back to Cybertron? We're gonna let the Matrix choose because only that can choose." So he opens its chest up, and the Matrix chooses Elita One instead of him.
Interesting.
So I got the panels here. Nobody expected it to happen, but the Matrix goes over to Elita One, and she becomes Elita Prime. Uh, was much larger. They gave her the Rodimus Prime aging on her face. She has the wings for a jet mode, so it's probably based on her Power of the Primes toy.
Okay.
And then uh, Optimus, he's not Orion Pax. He's just Optimus without the Prime now, so he gets like downgraded a little bit. He's got the mouth back, got a mono window, stuff like that. Uh, and so Alita wastes no time and is just kind of like, Uh, all right, so since I'm in charge, all Autobots come back to Cybertron with me. If you're staying behind, you got to turn in your badge, right? Because I'm telling everybody we're going home, right? So then we end the issue on, first of all, she leaves with a bunch of people. They avoid showing us who completely went. It's a little bit of a mystery. Ultra Magnus leaves. Bulkhead leaves, Jetfire leaves. They take the dead bodies of Bumblebee and Ratchet with them to see if they can revive them. Uh, and then we're just left with this small group of people on Earth who all have their Autobot badges kind of scratched out. And we're like, well, now we're left behind to deal with this, where most of our forces have gone back to Cybertron.
What?
That's the powered up version of RC, who's RC Magnus now. So, they're not without firepower. And that's what happened. And lots of people were just like losing the Matrix, giving it up to her, bringing it back. I.
Big angry Trev.
Yeah.
Say, ooh, Alita looks all powerful, getting some femdom vibes.
Before Optimus was finally like, you know what, fine. She spent a bunch of the issue friggin' trying to get him to fight her, right? Just like
Being
having
angry
a
Trev.
big old battle.
So I'm gonna say, at that point when the Matrix chooses Alita, like in the background, do you see?
Excuse me.
Do you see the trailer like just leave like just kind of trail over to Alita?
Excuse me.
Interesting. We don't see him use his trailer too often in this. He has it, but they don't do the disappearing thing. He always has to specifically bring it with him.
Yes, Mr. O.
Do you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay. First of all, let's get this straight. The Matrix did not choose Alita, okay? Because this, you know what? I'm going to be a little kid friendly here. This, you know what, came to Earth being all hussy and puffy, okay? After this guy, okay, just what's it called? I got into a fight with Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime over there, basically, took him out. And then what happens? Just like what what's it called? Fear Courage said, those two got into it, okay? And then what happens after those two get into it? Because she came a little whiny bitch. That's what she is, okay? And then she ends up, look at me, I want to be the leader. You can't be the leader because, And then what happened? Optimus Prime gives her, you know what? And said, okay, fine. You want it? Here, take it. Okay? Here, take it. All right? But you know what's going to end up happening after? This guy right here. Come back. This guy right here. Okay? With his pals. See what happens. And mind you, this is all number 30s.
Yeah. See, I think it's interesting and Robert Kirkman's writing Void Rivals at the same time, where they both do have that same sort of interesting, where are the needs type thing. I don't think she's being totally unreasonable, because she points out, from where I sit, you abandoned your post a couple times now, both when you first left and then when you decided you didn't want to come back. So why are you in charge of us when you're off doing this unrelated thing?
You and I were going to get into an argument, okay? But you know what? This is a good thing. Hold on. But this is a good thing, okay? Because two things could be happening here right now, okay? This guy could be writing the story, and he's writing such a good job where he's getting guys like me pissed off. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Hey, I'm like, you're talking about it, right?
Right, but that's the thing, right? It's like, what the heck? Well, what, the Transformers are becoming like the MCU now, right? Ultra Magnus lost his balls, and so now he has to give it to RC. And then what's it called? Our Alita One comes in and starts saying, "Well, you've been gone." My 29 issues ago, those guys were all in pieces. They weren't even alive for about 1,000,000 years, and you're gonna come here and start screaming at me? And do you understand what was happening in those 29 issues? I've been over here fighting, what's it called, the Decepticons. At one point, I even had Megatron's arm and his cannon at one point. Okay, and all of a sudden, you're gonna come here and you're gonna start bitching and whining at me because I haven't been to Cybertron. I haven't been alive in those 1,000,000 years. What's wrong with you, right? And then you're gonna come over here, you're gonna fight me, and you're gonna try to take the Matrix out of my chest? Where are you going? You know what? This is a famous argument or an argument between a wife and a husband here, okay? What? I don't do things around the house?
Well, where are you going with this?
You think the stuff that I do around the house is easy? You want to go fix the roof? You want to go do the interlocking? You want to go paint? Okay, you know what? Here's the belt with the tools. You go do yourself now. But the audacity for her to turn around and say, "Whoever doesn't come with me is not gonna be an Autobot after."
Mm.
What the heck is
Well,
that?
it's a straight up. Well, I
My way
mean,
or the highway.
yeah, it's a very
Cortana Lord.
weirdly, there's a lot of there's a lot of Star Trek Next Gen in this issue, I think, because specifically Optimus is like, amongst us, I get where you're coming from. I disagree, but I get it. That's very much the tenor of how he's dealing with her, right?
Yeah.
And second of all, the thing with them quitting is basically like she's like, all right, well now I'm the captain. I'm giving everybody a direct order to come home. If you don't want to come home, that's insubordination. So they just turn in their badges, basically, right?
Like, think about it. Like Cherry Baker just got split in half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Megatron is basically what was he doing? The soul Energon blood sucker that he was. Okay.
Yeah.
In case some of you guys don't know, like Megatron literally rips Trailbreaker in half and grabs parts of his body and just starts drinking his inner John Spark soul, whatever, right? And Optimus Prime just saw this,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of his buddies over there, like, what are they supposed to do? And then Alita One comes out of nowhere and starts bitching.
Let's catch up on the comments there, because then I'm thinking of a few things too. Impactor says, I've got a bad feeling about Alita and how reckless and stupid she has been. I don't think it will end well. I feel she's leading them into a bloodbath.
Yep.
Big Angry Trev says, if I was the Matrix, I would have chosen Alita. She could light the hell of my darkest hour.
My man. Good on you, mate.
Toy Warp is saying, we got to take wisdom from the knockoff guy.
Hey.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
Somebody going to get hurt, okay?
I'll make note of that, Impactor. And Big Andrew Trev says, I think I need to tune back in later. I haven't read those issues yet. So,
like I said, I was complaining that so little happened in the first 5. It will take you not long to get through them.
Well, I was gonna say it's almost like whoever is writing it, they're still kind of keeping it loosely based off of G1 in terms of the cartoon and the comics, because the fact is, like, now you've got this Autobot. Now that you've got the Autobot split, it's the Blaster Grimlock story all over again.
Yeah, basically. You know what? That's a good way of pointing it out. And the thing about like Robert Kirkman, who's the writer there, the Walking Dead guy, the Invincible guy, he started the first issue of his run of this with a letter explaining that, like, listen, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Transformers fan. This is like a dream for me. So he definitely knows about all of that.
Nice.
In fact, he said something really interesting, just as a side note, because he writes like Walking Dead, for example, which is constant character death. Nobody is safe ever, right? That's the tenor of it, right?
I still don't understand. Cliffjumper's still alive.
Yeah. So he said specifically, like, I remember going to the theater, watching the 86 movie, and being just suddenly startled and frightened at watching all these cast members die. That's why the body count in Walking Dead and my other comics is so high. I want to bring the feeling of the first chunk of the 86 movie into the stuff I write already. And I thought that was really, and I thought that was a really interesting thing. So, if nothing else, like, this is not a case of like a guy who doesn't know Transformers trying to do things for gimmicky. This is like a fan who's writing this,
And this is what I was saying earlier. It's either this is really good writing and getting people like myself pissed off, or this is going to be like some political correct, lazy writing here, to jump onto the fad, right? And you know how that's going to end. It's not going to end well. Because I'm not gonna buy the comic books anymore either.
All I'm gonna say is if you read Walking Dead or watched Invincible, I don't think that's a problem with this guy.
Yeah, one of his Robert Kirkman's first comic was a comic called Battle Pope.
Yeah,
that's an interesting name.
Yeah, he's not concerned about if he offends people or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
No, hold on. I agree with the both of you guys, but I'm saying for someone that's picking up for this comic book for the first time, and and being introduced to, to the Transformers world, or reintroduced, or whatever cases, right? Like, this is like a slippery slope to a certain degree.
Mm.
And thank goodness there's, streams or shows like ours to say, hey, this is good writing. I hope it's good writing. Stay tuned, because there's something that can happen, and we don't know what's going to be, right? So right now it's all about shock and awe at the moment, because look, again, we never saw, like, we saw Megatron going nuts. For me, I think this could be the prelude of Megatron becoming Galvatron after, because he's been going psycho. And then going back to your G1, that was, Galvatron, right? He was always psycho. That's why that's why Cyclonus and the Seekers brought him, and Swoop, whatever, brought him to go see that psychiatrist, right? So the whole so the whole point is, there's going to be a lot of shock and awe, and I personally, I think that's going to be great, and I hope that's what happens. I really do.
Yeah, the letters in the back did already say, well, that the next issue is going to be focusing on Megatron and what's going on with him. So that's where the story's going next.
Nice.
Just to let you know, the next cover, okay. No, I don't have to mention Stanley, because he's going to pick it up already. But the next cover is going to be,
Shockwave.
yep.
Nice.
And we know what happened with Shockwave. We all thought he died.
Mm-hmm.
But he's back, baby. He's back.
Yeah,
Well,
things are about to get really interesting on Cybertron between him and this whole group of people.
well,
And I think that's part of the reason why they gave the Matrix to Alita 1. Just to say,
The other thing that
oh, sorry, I was just going to say, hey, you want to be the leader? You want to be the big, you know what? You want to be the big boss? And you want to do, now you're going to deal with Shockwave. You're going to see all the responsibilities you're going to have to deal with. Watch.
Yeah, and one of the odd things about the first 5 issues that turned out to have a reason behind it was, like the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. It was a pretty small cast of Autobots, right? And now that they have a break, they started bringing in tons of more guys, like Sideswipe, Bulkhead, Brawn. Like, it started to get kind of bloated, very very G1 cartoon, and then we realized the reason is because a bunch of them are leaving and going back to Cybertron, so that's why the cast suddenly got so big.
Yeah, I agree.
No, as Toy Warp mentioned just a few minutes ago, remember, if you like us, as in these guys, and you're doing what they like the live stream, it really helps us out. And Big Angry Trev also says, I always thought they could bring in characters from other genres to make a body count. You have Strong Arm from RID show up and get her spine ripped out, or Sideways from Energon getting splatted. And also, subscribe to Big Angry Trev. Go ahead, Fear.
It's funny because it's mostly been G1 characters getting killed, like especially on the Cybertron scenes, to establish how bad it was. Although a bunch of them turn out to be alive later. Like I said, Bulkhead is here from as seen in animated and Transformers Prime, so they're already bringing in non-G1 guys. And again, reading the letters is great because Robert Kirkman will just tell you why he did things. And he said he brought in Bulkhead because he liked Transformers animated. He used to watch it with his kid when they were younger. So that's why Bulkhead's here too.
And you got to remember, there's two big pits of bodies. Okay, so we don't know what's under the layers of bodies that are still deactivated or died or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
it's a surprise, right?
Slipstream's dead body showed up too, and they considering the Decepticons went out of their way to take her along with Blitzwing, she's probably going to show up too because they're probably going to try to revive her.
Hey, listen, you know who I'm waiting for to show up, because I know he's going to show up for sure. This guy right here.
Starscream? Oh yes, Starscream will be back. There's no way they can keep him for too long.
So this I see him coming. I see him, as you can tell. I did some shopping. As you can tell, with the last time when we saw him, his eyes were still glowing, right? Even though he was part of that big pile of dead bodies.
Can't have a franchise without Starscream.
Yeah, this is a very Marvel thing already, which, besides the faction split, because they're really doing the thing where it's like, yeah, they can just bring people back. It's nebulous if death is permanent or not. Jetfire died and they brought him back. Starscream's probably fine. Beachcomber got shot up and they brought him back. Some of those bodies on Cybertron, like Cup and Warpath, turned out to be alive later on. So
Is this a new series of comics that's come out? The y'all are talking about?
yes,
What is it? What is it called, and who does it? Is it IDW?
it
Excuse
is
me.
by Skybound, which is a subsidiary of Image Comics, we're up to issue number 30. It was initially written by Daniel Warren Johnson, and then Robert Kirkman took over very recently.
Yeah, like I myself haven't bought any of those comics yet, but like the reviews that I've heard from like everyone here online and stuff, it's like, go and get those comics because it's
Yeah.
and really the focus it's the writing. I mean, with anything, the writing is what's attracting people, and that's what works.
Yeah, critically and
100,000
commercially.
%.
Yeah, critically, it's won several. Daniel Warren Johnson stuff won a couple of awards, like industry ones. Commercially, like I said, it finally outsold Dreamwave as the best-selling Transformers comic issue of all time, #1. So, pretty much every benchmark, these things have been doing really well.
Just to add on to your 2 points here, you know, for the longest, I wasn't into Transformers because I was busy, right?
Mhm.
Until 2010, when all the new figures start to re come out in a sense, right?
Mhm.
Especially all the generations that came out. And when I saw those Transformers, I was like, "What the hell is this, man? I never had these kind of Transformers when I was growing up," and that got me re excited, and start collecting Transformers. But then obviously, you have your peaks and valleys, and we've talked about this in other shows. And right now, for me, I'm at a peak, back into it again, and I'm more excited again because of these comic books. I
Mhm.
really like. I don't have to go buy a figure right now. I'm okay, but I'll tell you right now, I will go purposely to the comic books, store and look for these comic books and make sure I pick one up because this is what's getting me excited right now.
Is it this one I'm showing?
Sorry.
Well, we'll need to see, and then we can tell you.
Oh, yeah, I have that one.
Skybound. It's a subsidiary of Image Comics. Yep. So that's the one.
So it's this series right here.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that how much comic books are now? $12 a piece?
No,
No.
that's like a variant cover.
No, that's a variant cover, and it's
The
saying what
cover
that's on
price on
eBay. It
this
looks
issue
like.
here is $3.99 US.
It's $5.99 Canadian.
Yeah.
So actually, catch up on the comments, and I know I'll have a couple points to throw in. So Impactor, Mr. Magnus, Impactor has a surprise video for you, so I will share that later, or I'll probably have to share it tomorrow because work is super early tomorrow. But he is inviting you to do the voice of Ultra Magnus for his stop motion series,
Well, yeah.
and invited all of us. Big Angry Trev says still waiting for a Slipstream figure from a previous Seeker mold,
At
and
this point, they're probably going to do it to the new one instead of the old one.
says he didn't get the link for the video. So actually, as we're speaking here, let me quickly get this on the screen.
Let me interrupt you for 2 seconds there, Spin. Magnus, that's where they got the idea of Optimus Prime with Megatron's arm. You know how we mentioned about that a few shows back, and you show the image. That's where that idea came from.
Yeah, it happened in these issues.
So for Big Angry Trev, if you're watching, go over for Trev and for anyone else. Mr. Magnus was married last summer, and Toy Warp Vintage Reviews drove up to record the wedding. So if you look on Toy Warp Vintage Reviews channel and go over to Have You Ever Seen a Transformers Wedding?
Oh no, we're gonna get copyright from Toy Warp.
Oh, I hope this Toy Warp person doesn't decide to pursue legal action.
Oh, if he copyrights us, it's because of you, Mr. O.
Well,
Well, you know what? I think
Oh,
if we
look, our
send
logo's
them,
on it.
I think if we send them some pancakes, I think pancakes and syrup, we should be okay.
Holy crow! I'm gonna get knocked off YouTube, you know.
Oh, you had like a drone shot or something hanging from the ceiling.
No, we have a camera mounted up there.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's where you gotta say Rough Riders mount up.
we're just gonna put the whole. Oh yeah, there you go. I don't want to say. Out of all the outfits, the guy who's dressed as Bumblebee is really making that outfit work for him.
I bought all their outfits. I bought all
Yeah.
their. I even found those neon shoes for him.
I know once we get back to the main discussion, I know there's some things I would say about comic tropes in general, and then some stuff about that they might be referencing in the IDW 1.0 that maybe even 2.0 that Fear and Courage could comment on that the current going ons in the comic are making me think of.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna say like, just to like Robert Kirkman, good writer, successful writer, because he also knows what sells. So he's no stranger to gimmicks and controversy in his works. You know.
Now, I'm not going to play all of the video because, you know, definitely you have to go over to...
Yeah, you got to go
Toy Warp.
watch it. You don't get any free views. You got to give Toy Warp the views.
You got to give Toy Warp the views. So, you know, so this is just
continue.
a...
Let's at least let them see Amanda.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Or else you'll be in trouble. We'd all be in trouble.
Look, we even have a person from a galaxy far, far away that decided to show up too.
Oh, have you not watched the video yet?
Yes,
Oh.
I have. I'm just making the comment there.
Yeah, that's the Saber Guild of Owensboro gave us a lightsaber tunnel to exit on.
This wedding transformed a lot of weddings that are going to come forward now.
Yeah, this is the template.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the free view of the wedding, because you know there's also a member who shows up, but you've got to watch it on Toy Warp Vintage Reviews channel. Watch the entire thing to understand who the special guest is at the wedding.
The ring bearer.
The ring bearer.
the Matrix bearer.
Now, before we jump back into our main topics, a couple of things that I want to quickly mention. So it's partly a PSA, but kind of like a whole general thing. So I mentioned last year, freestyle rapper, battle rapper from Canada named Bishop Brigante. I've done shows and worked with him in the past. He passed away from cancer about a year ago this month. When he found out he had cancer, he became a big advocate of telling everyone, and I'm going to correct myself, a big advocate of telling everyone to get checked out when you're starting from your 30s and not in your 50s, as Canada, wants to tell everyone to do. And unfortunately, he, I think, checked in his 30s or 40s, found out he had it, and unfortunately passed away. So he was an advocate to tell everyone, start getting yourself checked out in your 30s. Which
Check out what?
Huh?
Check out what?
Check out if you have colon cancer. So you go for your colonoscopy, which I got mine done. Crazy enough on my birthday on March 2nd, but
Did you get dinner at least?
I got. Hey. But unlike our process here on this side, you book your appointment and it's almost a 1.5 year, 2 year wait to actually get it done. So it's So anyone in their 30s, go get it done. Don't wait. So this ties into a post that we did a while ago about a Facebook group and an Instagram group that had stolen Arthur Stan's work, where he animated the deleted scenes from the Transformers movie. So after we did our video, I posted our link on the Instagram that stole his information. Funny enough, and I didn't realize it, the Facebook group that had posted his video and reshared that Instagram group, I'm actually an admin of that group. So when I reported the video, I got the alert that the video was reported, and I'm like, this is just a super coincidence. So I was able to take that video down from the Facebook group, but I
Very good.
reposted it, leading it to Artist Stan and not to this other person that stole the video.
You know the funny part is, Ben? I like how you subliminally call this guy, call this guy an asshole without saying it.
I have my ways. I have my ways. And that's
That Canadian passive aggressive energy.
Yep.
That's exactly it. So I'm not calling out the channel who stole it. And the thing is, the person who shared it on Facebook, one, I'm going to shout out this group because they actually invited me to be an admin, and it's a G1 Forever. They're a Facebook group, and they've got almost 55,000 members. And they invited me to be an admin because of the way how I conduct myself with comments and interact with people. And they're like, you know what? We like you. Be one of our admins. So when I took that video down, I have the option of like banning the person, doing this and that. And I'm like, I'm not going to ban them because they probably didn't realize it. Just take the video down and that's it. Plain and simple. So check out their group. They're actually a very cool group. And the thing is, with groups, you don't want to play like a godlike person, because I've seen groups implode and fall apart because of that. Where there's one group, I think like years ago when Mike and I first started like the whole Facebook groups and stuff, there was one group where everyone was arguing to the point the admins were arguing and banning each other. The group just imploded. Only person left in the group was the admin. So he's posting pictures and he's liking his own pictures. Everyone left the group. So, just everyone be friendly. That's basically it. Or send Toy Warp some syrup.
This is why I avoid being the admin of anything. I'm like, I'd go mad with power.
Well,
Speaking of power.
Hold on.
Power!
Says,
Ultimate power!
Ultimate power. You Canadians are considered the most nicest people ever by most. But
Yet they're the reason the Geneva Convention exists.
Don't upset our geese. They will hiss at you.
Don't mention war around us.
Those things are mean. There are a bunch of them. You can't hit, even if you hit them by accident, you get like fined.
The nice ones you gotta watch out
evil.
for.
But there's two trains of thoughts. Like I said, like general comics. I don't know if this is a good point to me to jump on the things I was gonna say. So I mean, with common comic tropes, this wasn't what the one I was thinking of with regards to Alita, but like we kind of touched upon it, how in comics they always says deaths don't last forever, and we had that come up like, all these people that look dead. But a common trope that you see in comics is like you have like in the 90s, you had the Spider-Man clone saga, and you had Ben Reilly, i.e. the clone of Peter Parker, as the Spider-Man. You had Azrael, Batman. In the 90s, you had the death of Superman, and then at one point you had 5 Supermen walking around. So, it's not, and then even if, and this is where I get into like IDW and 1.0 and whatnot. So, obviously in like the G1 cartoon, you had the, first Ultra Magnus and then Hot Rod / Rodimus. But at least with what parts of IDW 1.0 I were on, I came in around the time of like Heart of Darkness and Death of Optimus Prime. Is when I came in. But I remember like early on, when they're kind of, you still had some crisscross like in the first few issues of like More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in the Skies, and like both Rodimus and Bumblebee get two halves of like the broken Matrix. So I mean, there's this, not only is there a passing on of the Matrix, but sometimes there's a splitting of the Matrix, and then I'm not sure. I have alluded to this in like me and Mr. Magnus, how in like Evangelion and I said I wonder how they're going to play out Sparkplug, if it's going to be like how Ava units and Evangelion have like the souls of the mothers of the main pilot, and it's like it could, and you got Sparkplug in the Matrix, so that could go somewhere very Evangelion-esque, where his will is kind of being like, hey
Sparkplug's in the
guys,
Matrix, and then Lita took it.
and he can
Didn't
show
think of that
Alita's
till
like
now.
it's a little bit more complicated, and he's a war vet, so he could appreciate her sentiments, show her a different perspective than show her maybe like she might witness his memories of whatever. I don't know, did he ever clarify any Pacific Wars he fought in, like
I think they
First
kept it
Gulf
vague
War?
because they don't want to nail
They
this
kept it
down to a
vague,
specific
yeah,
time
timed
period.
it down. But yeah, I mean, was the Matrix set in IDW 1.0 at one point, like I didn't, like I said, I wasn't reading it before The Death of Optimus and Heart of Darkness, but it was at one point, was half of it when it was still a living Matrix, like with Hot Rod and Bumblebee early on. I just remember that both of them got halves of the broken Matrix.
Are you trying to
early
compare?
on.
Are you trying to compare what happened with today's story or
Well,
something?
I'm just saying there's a history of not only the passing of the Matrix, but then, I mean, you have stuff where you might have the will of the Matrix. So, like in Beast Wars Neo, like, and now granted, yeah, every like Prime type bot or Convoy model type bot has an Energon Matrix in that series, but like, oh, what is it? The
Well, I'm
Alpha
sure.
Sigma, the computer, Alpha
Yeah,
Sigma or
yeah.
whatever, would like communicate, would express the will of Primus or whatever through the different Energon matrices. So I mean, you can have that. It could be, and then you kind of got onto this like, now you were saying like, oh, it looks like Shockwave is going to be popping back up on possibly Cybertron. And it's not. It might not be so much that the Matrix, if it's the will of the Matrix, thinking that Alita deserves it, is maybe if it's the will of the Matrix that made the Matrix go with her, it might be sensing that, oh, Shockwave is coming back. She's going to need the Matrix
Maybe,
for more than Optimus
maybe,
is. So
yeah, maybe.
I mean, there's I mean, prior in Transformers fictions, there's like the will of the Matrix or some other whether it's Alphatron, the Keys Vector Sigma, whatever, communicating to Transformers to the Matrix
So
and
let, let
exerting
me
its
let me
wills.
stop you. Yeah, let me stop you there. So they've taken, for example, like the Magnus mantle, right? So we know
That
back
reminds
in
me of
some of
other point.
yeah, like in some of the ideas comic books, where explained that Magnus is actually a mantle that like a police
Yeah, in
officer, right? Like
IDW 1.0,
yeah, so
he had
we
Minimus Ombus or whatever his name
yeah,
was.
correct. So we remember that there was the first Magnus, the second Magnus, third Magnus. You know what I mean? So the Magnus right now, we don't know which Magnus it is, and now that he passed the mantle on with a hammer to RC, so now she's the new Magnus. But as you can tell, she didn't take the armor like in IDW, where whoever is taking that Magnus status actually receives the armor as well too, and looks like Ultra Magnus, right? That didn't happen. She just got bigger. Right?
I I do like what they did there because Ultra Magnus was convinced not to retire because Optimus was like, well, I think we need two Magnuses. Things are bad, and
Yeah.
now there's specifically one of them staying on Earth and one of them going on Cybertron. So there's going to be an RC Magnus on Earth and an Ultra Magnus on Cybertron. So it was a clever bit of setup.
Yeah. And and then the other thing as well too, and Anthony showed it in his comic book. Look what happened to Optimus Prime. He reverted back to Orion Pax, but the funny part
Well,
is they didn't
they're
call him
not
Orion
calling
Pax.
him.
They
Yeah,
just call him Optimus.
Hmm.
And if you look at his figure, right, he's a smaller figure of himself with just a little bit of a different mold, but now he has a mouth as well too. Now, here's my question, right? Like, to go back to what Sutton was just saying. Now, because he doesn't have the Matrix anymore, did he lose his powers? Did he lose his knowledge? Is he not able to be like that great general and knows how to fight because of the Matrix gave him all that knowledge how to do that to stand up against Megatron? So now in the next issues, when Megatron, is coming to attack the Autobots again, now what is this Optimus is going to be like? We don't know, right? Until that issue comes out.
Well, I guess it
You know,
depends
be
if
kind of giving like a nature versus nurture, like a nurture from the Matrix, versus whatever, if he's an intrinsically just of his own personality strategist, which would be nature.
Mm-hmm.
well
Right.
they kind of wrote that in the G1 series as well, and especially in the Return of Prime, and not so much Rebirth. In the Return of Prime, they kind of wrote Optimus in that sense of the Matrix is empty, and once the Matrix is empty, he no longer has that wisdom that he can refer to. So he's got to figure it out on his own.
Well, if you look at Transformers Prime, when he had lost the Matrix there too,
Mm-hmm.
he reverted back to Orion's pack.
Yeah.
But here's the
Keep that
funny
as
part.
memory.
Yeah, I know, but here's the funny part. He still had some of that strength or power, in him still.
Well, I was gonna say, I wonder if and I mean only because I haven't read the comics. I wonder if they're gonna backstory in terms of Optimus's backstory, because G1 wise, he was built as Optimus, so he can't revert back. But then without the Matrix, he loses the Prime status. Which is then that joke: does RC now receive a trailer now that she has the Matrix? But Optimus was built as Optimus, so he can't really revert back
Yeah.
to Orion.
Yeah, it is interesting. We don't really know what Optimus's backstory is in these comics yet. They haven't really gone into it, so that's something that they could perhaps tell in the future. Like he hinted at one point during the stuff with Megatron's arm that he used to be a much more violent, dark person, and something mellowed him out. And that's the only bit of backstory we've gotten for him in this universe.
Yeah, because if I think I mentioned it even before too. Like here, they took Murder Prime, to the max, right?
Yeah,
And I want to get credit for that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm letting it known. Okay, we came up with this whole. No, fuck it. I came up with this whole murder Prime shit. Okay, so I want credit on that. That's it. In the story.
As you can see, in the background there, multiple Murder Prime moments. So we take credit for that.
I can have a Murder Prime moment, but it won't be Transformers related.
Do it, because you've been quiet for a while, and it's
Yeah.
Well,
we're almost wrapping up.
I got put back into work mode, so we got a possibly tornado coming at us, and everybody freaked out because they left some things unstrapped at the job site, and they're like, "You're the closest one. Can you run out there and take care of this?" I'm like, "Sure." Sunday time, on call. Yeah,
Typical time.
yeah, that's double time. I'm going to charge at least 4 to 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
just mosey on down there at a leisurely pace.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, y'all know that I also play Magic the Gathering.
Earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that I put as much money in Magic as I do Transformers, but it's a fair chunk. And we have a local LGS, which is a local gaming store, and they turned me away.
What? The Goonie Goo Goo?
I walked in, wanted to buy a couple of cards, and I'm not going to go in and buy a couple of cards. I'm going to buy a couple of cards, and I'm going to buy a collector pack and some sleeves and a deck box and some, wait on me. I'm a customer, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Take my money.
And they wouldn't. The guy would not get off of his fat ass. He wouldn't even type it into his computer to see if they had the cards.
Oh.
Should we name names?
And I asked him, no, I ain't going to give no names.
Okay.
But I said, can you look up a couple of cards for me? And he went, no.
Oh.
And I went, oh, really? And I just laughed. I thought he was just messing with me. And I laughed. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, really.
Wow.
looked at me like I was in the wrong. And I already had my billfold out. And I went, snap, and shut that thing up. And I said, fine then. And I walked out the store and I scathed them in our little Magic the Gathering group. And I was like, if I find out any of you sons of bitches have gone back to this store, you ain't welcome to play at my house, motherfucker. I'm taking my ball and go home.
I'm assuming this is not your first time going to this place.
Not even remotely. My Magic the Gathering addiction is $500 to $1,000 a month.
So okay. So you have an account there.
Shares.
No, but they know
Shares that too.
they know my name. I helped build the damn thing. When they bought the building, I went in and helped them remodel it.
Oh, that's even more. That's
You just got a two-handed bitch slap, man.
What it was, a friend of mine that works there, he had gone to this week in Owensboro. We had Burger Week, and one of the restaurants had a Wellington burger, and it was made just like a Wellington. You know, it was rolled in prosciutto and chestnut mushrooms, wrapped in pastry. Well, that's a 3-day process, a 2-day process minimum, because it's got to chill for 10 hours before you cook it. And they did these burgers exactly the way you do a regular beef Wellington. So I figured, okay, what they've done, because every time we went there, there was a sign on the door, we're out of Burger Week burgers.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, they're pre-making these, and they've probably got like 20 a day. So I had him go down there because he wanted to try one too and wasn't able to. I said, well, why don't you go there on your way to work, since it's right down the road from there, and get 2, and I'll come by and pick one up when I get off work from you. And he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. And so he did. He went there, and he was able to get 2 of them. And that's why I was going to the store, and I was like, I'm not just going to go in there and get the burger. I need these 2 cards. I'll get these cards. I'll grab me some collector packs, some sleeves for this new deck I'm building. And then that went off. And literally when he said, no, I'm not. And I was like, okay. I snapped my wallet shut. I grabbed that box of food from Damien, and I walked out the door. And Damien texted me, and he was like, dude, I'm sorry. And I was like, it ain't your fault. I said, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot back in that building. And then he told Nate, the owner.
That's $500 to $1,000 a month he just lost. That's on one person.
What happened? And Nate went, oh. Because one of Nate's employees pissed me off about 10 years ago.
Oh.
And I stopped going there. Like, I stopped going there until Nate got rid of her. And then once she was gone, I didn't have to put up with her bullshit no more. I started going back again. And now this has happened. Now, fuck that. You ain't got the time to take my money after I drove all the way over to your business. You can't get off your ass and wait on me?
That's some bullshit.
The Children of Primus promotes firing of bad customer service.
You're damn right.
Well, I'll tell you right now, how many other stores are like that are around you?
In Owensboro, one. Yeah. It just opened last week. Ooh. And I went there the next day, and I bought a collector. He didn't have the card stock like Nate has because he just opened. Mm-hmm. He didn't have the cards I was looking for, but I bought a collector pack and some sleeves and some dice and a deck box. And
so if I was that guy right now that you just bought all that stuff for that new place, I'd be asking for your name and number after watching this video and making sure you're coming over here every single month to spend $500 to $1,000.
And also sponsor the Children of Primus because, we are promoting you.
Oh, you know what?
I might be able to swing that.
Hold on. I'm going to promote my place here because, again, I have a trio of places that I like to go. And this is where I picked up my comics today. They're nowhere. All right. This is the one that's off of Dundas. Off of St. Clair and Kiel. Great customer service. I like the guys there. Every time that I've walked in, it's not like I go every single month and spend $500 to $1,000 a day, right? But a month. But every time that I've gone in there, they always remember my face, and right away they're like, "Oh, hey, that's the Transformer guy. We got the stuff over here for you." So I appreciate service like that. So from one bad story to another, to a good story.
That's how it's
And
supposed to
and
be.
and also to a good story. So I forgot I have a little bit of a reveal. Again, it's not Transformers
Ooh.
related, but for collectors out there, we're cleaning out one of our storage buildings,
Oh,
and I found this.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
what's in the box? Dun, 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 dun.
It's like 40 pounds of Legos.
I think
God, it's
Impactor
Magnus
has
still
just fainted in the
woke up.
background.
He's like, oh,
I know some young nephews of mine that would be really into that.
Oh, same here. Same here.
And I
I mean,
found
given how
another.
expensive Lego is these days, that might be a gold mine.
And it looks
And
clean. Like, that's
and-
nice.
Oh yeah, they've always been in this box. And
yeah, I got a toolbox full of like Prismacolor and Copic markers, which are like $5 per marker,
Oh,
if not more. And that was like in the late '90s, early.
I ain't seen
much
one of
more now.
I ain't seen one of these in forever.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna put this in there and put all my Star Wars men on it.
Oh, you got to paint it either white or black or
Gray.
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 That's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
not Tatooine color.
Right, right.
It could be indoor.
Impactor says, I'll buy it. I guess he, after he fainted and saw all of that, I'll buy it. And speaking of Impactor, I do quickly have what he was asking. Mr. Magnus had challenged him, and you weren't here for the first segment, so he accepted the challenge and he ran with it. And where are we?
This is
There we go.
Streamception. We're watching a stream of a stream.
This
Yeah,
is
are we gonna
funny.
get copyright?
I don't know. I'll send a letter to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does have audio too. They did a really good transformation sound effect.
Ah,
So that is for you, Mr. Magnus.
Not bad, not
Wait,
bad.
wait. Hold on.
I think it would be better.
No,
Yeah,
it didn't work.
I think it would be better if it went from here and spread across him.
hmm
Ooh,
Come
second
from the
challenge.
outside in, almost looks like
Johnny's home.
it just looks like he was covered up by it.
Ooh,
But
like the Voltron mask.
Yeah, I like it though.
Still-
I like it.
Still
It's
a
a
very
good-
clean edit though.
It's a good beginning. It's a good beginning.
Oh, are you extending the challenge now?
Oh yeah, well, yeah. We got to. Like I tell my apprentices, I'll get greatness out of you if it kills you.
You better work that ass.
But you know what? That is the old school hip hop kind of challenge, because in UCATs, they'll be like, "Oh, he insulted me, and we're gonna battle and stuff." I'm like, no, it's a challenge of talent. I throw something at you, you throw something better at me, which means I gotta throw something better at you. You're increasing the talent within the friendly battle. It's not about insults.
Up in the game.
That's up in the game. That's all it is. It's a level of respect. And Impactor says, be here in the stream next week. Oh, he's telling you.
Oh,
The
Fighting
challenge.
words.
The challenge has begun.
Your mama what?
That's right. That's right. Talk about my mama.
Army boots what?
Oh, that would be one stream. It was like, oh, your mama. And I'm like,
What? She's so dumb she trip over a girl's phone? What?
Your mama's so broke she can't pay attention.
Your mama's so big she jumped and she got stuck.
easy there, Ironhide.
So your mama kicking a cat. I go, what are you doing? Moving.
That's right. Kicking the can down the road.
All right.
So I did get a new hit on the Big Bad Toy Store loot.
Oh,
Yes,
So
I saw
there
that look. I saw the look. I was waiting for you to see if you mentioned
2,
something.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, There are 10 pieces in my lot. I still have 30 days before I have to ship it. But we have now added the G2 swoop and sludge 2-pack.
Yeah, they're really meant to pair with Lemon Grimlock in terms of their aesthetic.
Oh, they go with the yellow one? The
Yeah.
tiger striped one?
Well, I've seen photos of them together, and it seems like they match them nicer than the other two.
Nice.
I agree with that. Because I saw a picture of them, all of them, except for the yellow Grimlock, and I was like, they just stand out so much compared to the ones that actually got released in G2.
Yeah, I think it's because
They're
like
more
those
muted.
like Lemon Grimlock, the original one was canceled in favor of the blue one back in G2 in the 90s, and that Swoop and Sludge didn't come out. They were also canceled. So I think they were meant to be a matching set back in the day also.
There you go.
Yeah. So like it's just still wild to me that they have these loud neon 90s color schemes on these big tall Studio Series figures.
Hmm.
You know what they look like when I see colors like this? They look like the Transformers that you buy at a dollar store.
But
Yeah, well,
if you look at Swoop's head, now think of Judge Dredd.
yeah, he does have the visor.
Yeah.
He's got the Judge Dredd visor and he's frowning. He's going.
I am the law.
And I would like to point, remember, in the 90s, they were like, we're not going to release these. So this is them doing a canceled thing as a homage to a canceled thing. So if you're like, oh, they look like a dollar store thing, I'm like, yeah, that's why they didn't release them back in the day. But now, because they have that aura around them of being something that was canceled, now we get Studio Series collector things in those color schemes.
Oh, that $110 American. That's like $1
Mm.
billion Canadian.
Yeah, but did you notice this right here? Excludes the tariff charges.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so it's $1 million.
It was 38. It was $38 more.
You add them in later, or
Huh? No, whenever I get charged.
Mhm.
So whenever the 109, I got charged the 109, and then I got another charge that said tariff surcharge, $39.
Wow.
So yeah, it was almost 33%.
tangerine syphilis.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah. I'd say, like, better or worse, that price is about right for 2 leader class Transformers, which is what you're getting.
Yeah, it's $50 each, basically. Or $55 each, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, you can always argue leader class Transformers are too expensive to begin with, but that's at least market value on there as opposed to them upcharging it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, how much would that be in Canadian? Like a liter class in Canadian, like is usually like at Walmart, it's like 76.
70. Yep. In the 70s.
No,
I
I'm
don't buy a lot of leader
hoping
class guys.
I'm hoping that my Soundwave, my Robeson Soundwave, is going to hit before this 30 days comes up. That way I can sip them all together in that one. So I'll have like a moving truck being delivered.
That'll be quite a review.
That reminds me, I should
Why-
be getting
why
the
do I
Megatron
believe
farm
him?
for this guy on Thursday.
Toy Web says, or Lottie buys all his
he will.
Transformers at the dollar store.
Have you lived in Canada?
Hey, they have a couple of. Last time I was at the dollar store, they had a few of the little Bumblebee movie legend-sized figures for sale, so they got some official ones there.
And you picked it up, right?
I've been thinking about it. I already had the actual Bumblebee, but I never got the Optimus, and they did have it there, so I'm like, maybe I'll add that.
Now, speaking of figures and reviews, let me throw this over to you, Fear. Are you
Oh,
able
excellent
to-
transition.
Yes.
I'll just pop my text up. So, heading backwards in time through, my most recent review was Studio Series Bumblebee, and before that was Age of the Primes Junkion Jalopy, who is a totally new, made-up character for Age of the Primes that I only got because of a funny coincidence involving a tabletop game I played. He's got a very generic looking robot mode, but has a very slick looking car mode. So now's the exception. I usually leave him in his alt mode. So he's very solidly engineered. He has a very good transformation, and that's exceptional because he is actually a weaponizer who breaks apart for you to arm up other figures. And usually those figures tend to not be the most stable or be able to transform without taking them apart, but he can do both. The only downside to him is that he's got really loose elbows in robot mode, so you might want to give them a floor polish treatment. Other than that, he's what I would call a perfectly cromulent deluxe car former, and you can see more pictures and learn the weird story about why I wanted to get him all over on Children of Primus under our bot reviews.
What a jalopy.
Yeah, a sloppy jalopy. How long was that?
Jalopy. I wasn't timing it, but I think it works perfectly.
Yeah. And I'm always like, there's so much more I can say. I'm like, no, I wrote it all down. Go read the rest. I took a lot of photos. It's really fun. I explained the whole tabletop game story.
That's it.
So we were making fun of these names.
Oh boy, here we
So
go.
here is a third party
Oh,
Studio
Unicron,
Cell Unicron. His name is Bacteria Cell. And he's green.
They couldn't.
And he's clear. He's also see-through.
Not write this at all. Like, this is crazy.
Do they have Prime Lysol?
Reference to a Lucky Chance or whatever those Lucky Draw Transformer release of Unicron, I think.
Doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good.
It's Studio Cell. It's the same one that I've got sitting up there beside.
No, I get it, but I'm saying but I'm saying for a green color, right? Mm-hmm. For a booger bacteria color, right? It actually works.
Yeah, it's specifically meant to be the lucky draw Unicron of Light from Transformers Armada. So this is there was a real figure of him. It was Unicron, the Armada one, painted in clear green.
Oh, but it looks like a bacteria when it's transformed into a planet. So that's what I'm saying. It works.
Yeah, it's funny because it's supposed to be the opposite. It's a heroic version because it's not actually Unicron. It's all of the mini-cons banding together and using their power to make a duplicate version of Unicron to fight the actual Unicron. So it's the opposite of bacteria. It's like a heroic hologram, basically.
So we need a T cell or a white cell. Sorry.
Yeah. The what Leo Convoy and Leo Journal would have done that green combined form, and then I remember in Armada the mini cons turn out to be cells of Unicron, and I kind of vaguely remember there being some big fight or they start to take some of their power back or something. It's been a few years. I only watched it once.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched Armada.
And if anybody does have the Power of the Primes Predaking Feral Rex, DNA is re-releasing the DK07 upgrade kit to give them the wings and the posable hands and all of their swords and the battle hammer.
Cool. Impactor says, I just did a redo of the face transforming from the middle of my head, so I'm 2 steps ahead. Toywarp is saying to Mr. O, official knockoff, and Impactor says, welcome Megatron, I am Bacterion.
Thinking of all these reissues or releases and all that, I would like to see a release of Optimus / Omega Orion Pack, what's called figure. I think that would look pretty cool.
Oh, you mean Optimus, the non-prime version from these comics? Well, I'm sure they'll do them eventually. Like I said, there's a runway on this stuff where they introduce them in the comics and then the toy makers scramble to make them, which is why we're only seeing Megatron armed Optimus now. So give it a year or two. If it pans out, I'm sure we'll see these versions of Optimus and Alita in toy form if people like them.
So here's our challenge to our guests and future viewers of this show. We now see Alita Prime and we saw some jetpacks on her. Oh, is that her?
That is the old Power of the Primes Alita 1 that could combine. People have pointed out her design in the comics seems to be based off of this figure, so you might see the aftermarket on her shoot up now.
Okay, so you just took the words out of my mouth, and
Oh, okay.
because I was gonna say, let's guess what her alt mold is gonna be. So maybe
Probably,
this
yeah.
could be it.
Yeah.
But
So
we still haven't
people-
seen RC alt mold. What do you guys think that's gonna look like?
I think we did like really briefly in a panel or something.
Was
I
it?
don't know if
I don't remember.
Yeah, the issues are in a box, so I can't look them up. But I think we did see her changing into a pink, like futuristic truck at one point or another.
Now, Anthony, didn't you get the Omega Prime HasLab?
Yes, I did.
Here's this upgrade kit.
Oh,
it's
nice.
not even for sale yet. It's only on deposit. You can pre-order it from BBTS.
Yeah, they gave him replacement abs if he didn't feel like sanding yours down, if I recall. Yeah, the
And-
sword is the most impressive thing.
That's a big ass sword, man.
They gave him new hands with more joints.
I guess it would be like a dagger for a human hand.
Yeah, I remember. That's a neat thing they did with the upgrade kit. They added ports onto him so you can attach all the extra Optimus Prime armor parts to him in like a nice, clean, sensible way.
Look how nice that looks. Why can't they just do that in the first place?
That
Oh, yeah.
would,
They
that would
want
be
more
common
money.
sense. Yeah, they want more money.
Well, to be fair, the original figure that they're riffing on couldn't do that either. So this is the DNA guys just adding
Right.
something new to it.
That ladder system turned into like a watchtower with a cannon on the top of it in the original.
Mhm.
That's the way I've got it displayed over here in the cabinet.
Yeah,
Get on them.
yeah. So he's got new abs, new hands, a bunch of little extensions and things. I'm not sure what all those parts do, honestly, but
And make them look nice.
yeah, I think. Oh yeah, they added like knuckle guns to his hands.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Why can't we buy stuff and put it on our bodies?
I
Imagine
you, homie.
getting new abs.
Yeah, plastic surgery. So there's
That-
the
that-
problem. They gave
That's
Magnus like
something
a
for your
weirdly
wife to
long
use on you,
abdomen.
Mr. O.
You know, there's people who have done this.
Parts.
So does the Master Sword go to him?
Yes, it was. God, it has a weird history. The original version, because Fortress Maximus had it originally, like the Japanese.
That's who I've got it on. Is about Fortress
Yeah.
Maximus.
Yeah, and then on the show, the Fortress Maximus didn't use it in this anime. Omega Prime did instead. So that's why it comes with him. But yeah, the original release of it did just come with a Fortress Maximus sword that they reused.
Cool. So we're going to round up the evening. Mr. O, what do you have coming up?
Work.
Same here.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I was in Florida this past week
Mhm.
Hmm.
for some work training.
Yeah, I saw it. You ever go skinny dipping with those alligators to see them up close?
Did you ever get to see one?
No. Friggin' Torwarp stole them all. He knew I was coming down, and he was like, "Come here, gators." You know. Fuck Torwarp, thanks. But yeah, so I was there in Florida. I had a really good time. You know, we were doing some training, you know, for work, for customer service. So if that, you know, hobby store ever needs some proper customer service training, you can contact me, and hopefully we could get Bill back to you. I'm sorry, Mr. Magnus back to you to spend some money. But otherwise, anything really coming up? Not really. We got March break coming up this week, and it's probably gonna chill and relax and have some fun with the family a little bit. Right now, they went to go see my sister, and then maybe when they get back, we'll have some time together. But one thing I will announce is that at my work, from the 20th to the 22nd, there is Comic Con happening at my work at the Metro Toronto Convention Center
Hmm.
for the next 3 days in the North Building. So if you want to come down and enjoy some hobbies and artists and collections and all that kind of stuff, come by the convention center. It's going to be a fun 3 days.
Me and Jess had a really fun time there once by accident because we'd gone downtown to go see Ripley's Aquarium and didn't know there was a Comic-Con, and we were just like, why are there so many costumed people around? And then we just followed them and discovered it was happening and just spontaneously went for a while. That was a fun day.
See?
One more thing, or I can do it during my part, coming up this week. So something that happened today for fandoms worldwide. At Comic-Con in, I believe it was in California, they had a Firefly panel.
Oh,
For those of you who haven't seen it yet, it wasn't just a panel. All the original cast members that are still alive showed up. Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk, all of them. Jewel, or actually Adam Baldwin was not there. But they made the announcement. There is a link and a video on my page. You all can go and check it out. But they made the announcement. Firefly is coming back.
the show or a movie?
The show.
Oh, wow.
They said the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get the actors involved. And he just turned around and looked at everybody and he goes, "We got that." He said, and then we had to get permission from Josh Whedon. I got that. We had to get permission from I forget what the original studio was / Disney because they bought it like that. And he goes,
Fox?
"We got that." It wasn't Fox. It was something else.
Mm.
We have to get a production team, and they've got the production team that did Flash
Impact.
and Arrow, and his wife did Agent Carter. They're married. They met on the set of Firefly. They're in the original series.
Nice.
They're going to be the production duo running it. He says, so we've got that. Then we're going to need a script. And he holds up a book and he goes, "We've got the first 2 seasons."
Nice.
They're going to do it
Must have been working on
animated.
it for a while then.
Oh, okay, that's a good way
They're
to
going to
handle
do
it.
it animated. He said, and now we've got to have an animation crew. And they gave the name of the animation crew that they've got. The only thing that they need is a home. And they said to get that, he needs this video to go extremely viral. So he said, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your enemies. I don't care. Like it, comment it, put it out there because that shows them that the people want to see it.
Well, they got 3 choices. Choice number 1, YouTube. Choice number 2, Netflix. Or choice number 3, Prime.
Yep.
That's what Cobra Kai basically ended up doing.
So if you're a Firefly fan, seek it out. There was an announcement at here are my emotional support gators. There's links on that Comic-Con. There's links on Alan Tudyk's page. There's links on their Conman page. If you just go to Facebook videos and search Firefly, it's going to come up because as many times as it's already been shared. Get it out there, get the word out there. We're getting Firefly back to the verse. It's all shiny, baby. It's all shiny.
Nice. Now, before we get to Sedum, Impactor says, I will send Spin a new video of my head transforming in a new style so he can show it to you. But anyway, see you guys around, Magnus. I shall accept any other challenges brought my way.
Famous last words.
I have drawn the line here. And you should not pass.
Challenge. Over to you, Sedum Backarts. What say you for the upcoming week?
Like I said earlier, on have this guy's Megatron arm coming on. I think Thursday this week.
Nice.
There's a hole in him.
Hopefully, yeah, it's the battle damage one. Or I guess you weren't on here last Sunday, right? So you wouldn't see me doing the whole, oh, that's not where my gun goes. Oh.
It's where you insert the breadstick in his
And then
grill.
as I realized this
These
morning,
carbs are going
store my
straight to my
glasses
stomach.
on them. Put my glasses on them. I just did that without thinking. I was like, oh, well, that's a place I'll remember where my glasses are at.
Mm-hmm.
Optimus glasses holder.
Yeah.
Your parents put it together.
Yeah, he gets damaged, so
Just
my
don't
glasses
shadow the
don't have
glass.
to. Then the yeah, I'm trying to think. I finished that one drawing, got the snail done. I think I posted that pictures of that, like details, and then the full image earlier on Instagram. I think it's it would be one of the top first posts, the newest posts or tag posts, the way it's set up. Then I'm not sure what we're working on. I think we're making like some architectural models or something. So I don't know if I'll still be working on that or if they're going to be having something else start, because they said something that there's going to be a little break from the architectural models, and we'll have something else come up or some fundraiser, some coming up with some artwork for some fundraiser. I think some at the horse races or some that they do every year. So might be doing that or doing the architectural model. Otherwise, I'll be like, I'll start on some new drawing, painting, I guess. So and then hopefully I'll get the place that I got these. Hopefully I'll get the Fender 6 next weekend. They supposedly said there should be restocking at the soonest next weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to. And they have the Bruticus bits already, so I could make Bruticus already to go with that Defender's construct Devastator. So assuming it, like it said, they get it in that brutal thing or whatever Defender 6 are called. So I think that'd be it.
Cool. And Fear of Courage, what say you for the upcoming week?
Arachnid, who I was showing off last week, reviews 80% written. Photos are finished today. Look forward for my review of that coming out on Friday on Children of Primus under our news and reviews section, where you can also
Hopefully
read about previous ones like Jalopy.
Hopefully you don't have too much trauma from that first time transforming it.
No, I figured out. In fact, I'm going to talk about it in my review. There's that tab that links into the back of her head that has a tendency to break if you're not careful. I'm like, here's how you don't break it. Make it the last step, no matter what way you're going in the transformation. It'll be fine.
I agree with that.
But you can read more about that on Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, once you do her the first time, I didn't find her too bad. It's just that looking at how thin and she is in different parts, it makes it a little bit like, no, that first time. She's definitely a transformer. At least the first time you transform her, you want to have those instructions. Not necessarily because she's complicated, but just to make sure you're moving stuff that's supposed to move.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It's one of the most complicated deluxes I've handled in a long time, which I'll also write about. It's an impressive engineering trick.
Cool. And just before we end, Impactor says, Magnus, don't give me anything involving big Unicron transforming since I don't have his parts yet.
You're just trying to get me to send you one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh no, don't send me Unicron.
Yeah, me either.
How dare you? How dare you suggest such a thing?
I mean, Impactor, you have to understand how the force of nature works, because if Magnus sends a Unicron to you, he's not able to then collect everyone else's Transformers, because then the Unicron force would kind of lessen, which is not allowed to happen. Speaking of Unicron forces, Shiba Kobe showing up at the last moment. I actually didn't go to Costco, but had a power failure, so this is the earlier I could get in. So we have to send a message to, the BC Hydro. They're not allowed to have power failures while we're streaming. That's not allowed. It's bad customer service. That's the theme of this stream. Bad customer service.
Burn them down.
For.
If a person walks in to buy something from your store, wait on them.
Mm-hmm. The store does not exist without the customers.
Hey man, if people don't want to take money, I'll be more than happy to take it for them.
There you go. And Shiva says it was 2 car crashes taking out power poles and it's snowing. Yeah, winter is refusing to leave here. That's a whole other stream. Whole other
We're
stream.
75 degrees today, and we're gonna have a wind chill of 9 tomorrow.
Yeah,
Boo-hoo.
Winter is refusing to leave here.
I don't understand. I left when it was like 14 degrees, 12, 14 degrees. Everything started to melt away, the snow. I come back. I'm hoping to bring some of that beautiful Florida sunshine with me. And what happens? I wake up because I came in Friday morning, like around 4:20. By the time I went to bed, it was around 5. And then I woke up around 11-ish. I opened the window, and I was like, and then I just closed the shit. I just closed the window, went right back into my bed, and just cried. Just cutting myself up made myself in a ball, like a ball, whatever you call it, and just cried. What the heck is going on, man? Was someone pissed off Mother Nature or what?
Storm.
Tell her to chill out. Oh, he's back.
He's back. And,
bye.
So, as we said, at the end of all of our streams, until all are one, and as Toy Warp says, like the video, everyone. Always like our videos, unlike everyone's videos that's connected with us.
Or are you gonna go one of these jalopies?
Or get your butt back on here one of these Sundays instead of just being in the chat.
And on that note,
we now return you to the Children of Primus.